How did one of the eeriest games in Roblox history, a game known for silence, shadows, and stories no one could explain, go from terrifying thousands of players to being abandoned, unlisted, and almost completely forgotten? What started as a quiet horror map turned into a haunting mystery that spread through YouTube, TikTok, and forums. Some even claimed the game watched you back. This is the disturbing rise and fall of Roblox's most haunted game, Haunted Sad Hotel. But first, we need to go back to the very first floor. Haunted Sad Hotel first appeared in the early 2000s. No flashy thumbnails, no description, just a simple lobby, hotel, and silence. You spawned into a dim gray building. The walls looked unfinished, the lights flickered without reason. There was no music, no dialogue, no monsters chasing you. Nothing happened. And yet, something about it felt wrong. Unlike most Roblox horror games at the time, this one offered no objective. You weren't asked to escape, solve puzzles, or collect keys. You were just placed in an empty hotel and left alone. Some players thought it was broken, an unfinished test map that was accidentally published. But others felt the strangeness was intentional. Every so often, the game loaded differently. A hallway would be longer, a staircase would be missing, and sometimes players swore they heard sounds that didn't belong, as if the hotel was moving on its own. That unpredictability made the hotel unsettling. It was never exactly the same twice. Adding to the mystery was the developer. There were no updates, no patch notes, no posts explaining the game's purpose. Whoever made Haunted Sad Hotel never spoke about it. So the game spread through whispers, shared links, one player daring another. Just try it, but play it alone. The hotel didn't need jump scares to get attention. Its silence was enough to plant the first seed of fear, and soon, those seeds would grow into something far bigger. At first, Haunted Sad Hotel looked like just another odd Roblox map. But then players started noticing things that didn't make sense. One of the earliest reports came from the mirror in the lobby. No matter where you stood, it never reflected your avatar. Only the room behind you. A player wrote in the forums, "I looked in the mirror, but I wasn't there." It felt like I didn't exist. TikToks of the mirror glitch went viral. Comments flooded in. "Bro, you're not supposed to be there. Check the top floor at 3 a.m. Others began seeing shadows moving behind doors, even in locked rooms. Some said their avatars would freeze mid-step, unresponsive for seconds at a time. One player swore the elevator dinged and moved floors, even though it had no function at all. And then came the key. It appeared in the lobby for some players, but only briefly, and only under strange conditions. A popular theory claimed it showed up during rainy nights in real life. Nobody ever figured out what it unlocked, but the most infamous mystery was the red door. Always at the end of the hallway, always locked. Whispers seemed to bleed through the walls around it. Players tried everything to force it open. No clips, glitches, admin commands. It never worked. On Reddit, one player swore the game spoke to them, though no audio recording was ever found. YouTubers rushed to cover the phenomenon with titles like, "This Roblox hotel watches you back," and "I tried to open the red door in Sad Hotel." At its peak, the game didn't just scare people. It unsettled them. The silence, the uncertainty, the unanswered questions. Players came back again and again just to see if something changed. And sometimes, it did. That's what made Haunted Sad Hotel unforgettable. But with the hotel's rise came stranger shifts. Players reported that the game didn't feel the same anymore. But with the hotel's rise came stranger shifts. Rooms started disappearing when you turned around. The mirror sometimes cracked with a glass-shattering sound. And the red door, some claimed it glitched open for a split second. One viral Discord message read, "My game crashed, and when I rejoined, I was standing right in front of the red door." Skeptics called it fake, but others insisted it was real. Then came the rumor that pushed the legend into something darker. Some said the game was haunted for real, that it listened through your microphone or even watched you through your camera. Of course, no proof was ever found, but once that rumor spread, the hotel didn't feel like just a game anymore. One user even claimed they discovered a hidden room that only opened at 3:33 a.m., but no one else could ever replicate it. The community divided. YouTubers were accused of editing fake scares. TikToks were debunked frame by frame, and still, new stories kept appearing. Then came the disappearances. The mirror stopped spawning. The key never appeared again. And eventually the game itself vanished from search. Players hunted down re-uploads. No exit, level 5, forgotten hotel. But none felt the same. And then came the chilling discovery. In certain copies, the red door was finally open. Inside, nothing. Just a single sign on the wall. Leave. Was that ever part of the original? Or just a troll edit? Nobody knows. The developer never explained, ever updated, never said goodbye. And the silence left players with only one question. What was really behind the red door? By the late 2010s, Roblox horror evolved. Games like The Mimic, Doors, and Rainbow Friends took over with cinematic monsters, badges, and replay value. In comparison, Haunted Sad Hotel felt outdated. No rewards, no jump scares, no storyline, just silence. Slowly, players moved on. The hotel slipped deeper into obscurity, buried by Roblox's ever-changing algorithm. The few re-uploads left online never captured the same atmosphere. The lighting was wrong, the pacing off, the fear gone. But maybe that's why the original worked. It was never designed to be played forever. It was designed to linger. And so the hotel fell. Not in a dramatic ban, not in a scandal, but in the quietest way possible. Forgotten. And for a game built on silence, that's almost fitting. Even though it faded from Roblox's front page, it never fully disappeared. It lives on in TikToks, iceberg videos, and nostalgic posts. Does anyone else remember this game, or did I imagine it? You'll find it buried in threads like creepiest games I played as a kid, or Roblox maps that felt too real. And always, someone mentions the hotel. Players describe how it felt, how the silence left them haunted, how they turned off the game, but couldn't stop thinking about it. Unlike most Roblox horror games, Haunted Sad Hotel didn't rely on cheap tricks. It built fear slowly, through lighting, silence, and suggestion. And for a younger audience, many of whom were exploring online worlds for the first time, that made it unforgettable. Fan remakes still surface, some get close, but none recapture the original mystery. Because the hotel wasn't just a map, it was a myth, a shared memory half lost in the maze of Roblox's past. Even now, players whisper about the mirror that never reflected you, the key that flickered into existence, the red door that never opened, none of it ever explained, none of it ever solved. And in a platform built on fast trends and short attention spans, that kind of slow burn horror doesn't just stand out, it lingers. So even if the game itself is gone, the fear, the memory, that still echoes in every empty Roblox hallway. Did you ever find the hidden room? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more forgotten Roblox legends, subscribe.